It's over, Johnny. It's over!
Nothing is over! Nothing! You just don't turn it off!
And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies.
All right, give it to me.
The following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised. I don't recognize SOD, March of the SOD. It's from the movie we watched.
Oh, was it? I wasn't paying
Yep.
close attention to it. Okay.
Had a pretty rocking soundtrack. We'll talk about it.
I will talk about it. Well, I'll go back and listen to it. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies Nerds. Your bully me host, Leroy, a.k.a. Rambo, the first young blood, with my co-host.
Yeah, this is Eli, a.k.a. IGADHD.
That's a good one. I'm surprised you didn't use that earlier.
I just thought of that tonight.
Quick on your feet. All right. And we're back with the episode and want to say shout out to our third co-host, the AI.
The Doom bots.
The Doom bot. All hope goes through Doom. So yeah.
All hail the
That-
Doom bots.
we were talking about that later on too. Yeah, so we're back with the episode. We're gonna jump into it. We're still in summertime, but this summertime is feeling real fallish, Eli. I don't know if that's you or me, but you know.
There's a brisk in the air up around yonder here, or whatever you guys say down there.
Yeah.
What's the saying? Around yonder.
We say yonder. Yes, I know we
Around-
pretend like we don't say stuff like that, but we do.
Around the bend, or whatever the fuck.
Over yonder. That's how you say it. But
Over yonder. Yeah. I'm in the Great White North. Yes, the northern woods. It's getting brisk up here.
Okay. So let me ask you this: do y'all do this when you think it's a breeze outside? You stick your hand out the door first before you see how your day gonna go.
I don't know if I stick my hand out. I do open the door in the morning just to get a gauge on what the air is like, you know.
But you don't stick your whole arm out just for no reason.
I don't stick my hand out.
Okay. I don't know why people do that. That's just a thing we do. I do it. I just do it, but yeah. All right.
Because usually up here the air just hits you in the face. Like
that would you know it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, not much happened this week. All I know is that football is back. That's all people talking about is football. We can have a conversation with football because that's all people want to talk about their team. They're doing fantasy football. They're doing drafts and whatever the hell. I don't know. But yeah, it's a big thing. It's a big deal. So
yeah. I watched some football today myself.
Did your team win?
My team did win, yes. Practically a whole new squad, too. So that was pretty nice.
They got rid of everybody. Okay.
Yeah. Again, like they do every year.
Better look next year.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got a lot of shows, so we just go jump into it because I was going to do a football thing, but I know so little about it to talk about it. So that's why this is a comic book podcast.
You didn't play no Madden?
Okay. Let's talk about Madden for a second. Okay, so here's the thing. I haven't got Madden yet, Eli, but I plan to get Madden, but I don't plan to get Madden. Here's my thing. What I'm going to do. Instead of buying Madden, I sign up for their subscription service, their EA Play service. So if I sign up for this service, you get Madden.
Okay.
Yeah, you get but see, the thing is, it's not just I get Madden, you get all the EA games. You get Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. You get those Jedi games, Last Survival, all that stuff like that.
Oh yeah, Battlefront and shit.
Battlefront, Burnout, Need for Speed. Also, see, here's the thing. I know people only play Madden, NFL 2K, and Call of Duty. I like to play other games too. That's just me.
You didn't get that college game?
No, I didn't. I feel like I want to get it, but I don't want to get it. Here's the thing: if I sign up for the EA Play game, you don't get the college football game.
Okay.
Yeah, it's.
I don't play him. The only. I never really got into Madden. I played NFL Blitz a little bit, but that was about
That's not real
That was-
football.
that was back on the Nintendo. So what do I?
But
PS1 and shit.
Right. That's our football talk. That's all we know. All right, so we're gonna jump into the next part of the podcast. We saw a movie. Like you see the thumbnail, you see we're jumping in. We saw a movie. We're gonna talk about what we got. Who is this?
I don't know what that JPEG. Sorry. Hey, thanks for listening, porn or pawn or whatever that
Do
says.
you fuck with JPEG Mafia? I do not fuck with JPEG Mafia. That's a little bit too outside the box for me. But he has a big fan base. That's just not my thing. But yeah, that's all right. He's
okay.
a rapper / rock artist / pop artist / I don't know, reggae.
Well, look at you pulling the indie artists. I had SOD.
Like I
you
said,
got this.
He's not my thing. He's not my thing. But he has a large fan base. So that's the thing. I've listened to a little JPEG Mafia for a while. But yeah. But the movie we're talking about Rebel Ridge. If you see the thumbnail, you kind of got to see where we're going for this. Because honestly, I wasn't really gonna even talk about this movie. I wasn't thinking about this movie. I thought my Netflix subscription already expired, but I guess I have a few more days left. So I was like, yeah, I guess I'll watch a movie on there before it goes out. Because when it's gone,
Bang, I'll milk that money.
milk that money. 'Cause when it's gone, it's gone. Here's the thing, Eli, I put a gift card on there, so they can't get my money. I've outsmarted. I'm too smart for you, Netflix. Yeah, but we watched the movie Rebel Ridge. We're gonna talk about it. It's a movie. And the thing is, it's on Netflix. People been talking about it. People been hyping us like that. So I'm like, let me give it a try. Just watch it like that. And I watched the movie, Eli, and I started thinking, and I don't know if you saw this or not, but I feel like I've seen this movie before.
I thought I was seeing this movie. Yeah, It did remind me of some movies. Yeah.
It did remind me of a movie, but it reminded me of a very specific one. Because the thing is, and that's how I know how old we are, Eli, because I think we're the only people that watch movies. Because everybody else that I've seen talk about this movie had made no mention of that whatsoever. So they may be referring to something that we may be referring to something they don't know what we're talking about. For instance, this movie is about just a breakdown of the plot of the movie. And that's what made me watch the movie when I saw the breakdown of the plot. Plot of the movie, an ex-military badass goes to this small town, redneck hick town with this corrupt sheriff. And they kind of go to war with each other. I was like, and it sounds for me, I'm like, where have I seen this movie before? I know where I've seen this movie before. Rambo. But not that Rambo. So the thing is, when you say Rambo, people think of this invincible superhuman. You drop in some third world country and he wipes the country off the map. That's eventually what he turned into, but that's not where he started.
Yeah, First Blood.
He started his First Blood. That's where it started. So for those who don't know, that's the origins of Rambo, where this ex-military badass goes to this town and gets harassed by this corrupt, crooked sheriff, and he goes to war with small town. It's basically the same plot. So I know a lot of people are confused where it came from. That's basically what it is. Hold on, let me see what we got here. What's up?
Hey, bro. Hey.
Yeah, what up?
How you doing? Thanks for listening.
Yeah. So that's what's going on right now. So, like I said, and I'm not gonna say the whole movie was complete First Blood ripoff, because that's where I thought it was going at first. But it kind of took a turn. It started off as First Blood just to get you in there, but then like the second half of the movie actually felt like it turned into Jack Reacher. Now the reason I'm saying it because they had that same plot, like Jack Reacher's brother died, and he's got to find some kind of conspiracy or shit like that. Which I think that's why they changed it to his cousin, because they were like, if they say his brother is a little bit too on the nose, some kind of small town conspiracies. We got to figure out what's going on. So he's kind of like Jack, and a little bit Walking Tall also. I don't know why I felt like it was Walking Tall.
Like all those, the Western, it's a formula we've seen before. Mm-hmm. Where a loner goes into a small town and fights corruption, usually a government or a sheriff, a cop, or a judge or whatever. The town is corrupt, and
and they pick on him not knowing who he is, and it turns out this guy has a long list of credentials of all this shit. He has a particular set of skills, basically.
Yeah, he's in our day. It was he was always a Vietnam vet. You know?
Right.
He came from the Nam, and the guy ends up
slightly
whooping ass.
imbalanced, but he knows all kind of shit.
Yeah, just like Rambo. Rambo was a Vietnam vet, and
Yeah.
and that became a formula in the '80s. Yes, the Vietnam vet who goes up against a corrupt asshole and with a flamethrower or a bulldozer. Was the one with the bulldozer rolling benches?
Now remember, the '80s always had to have a bazooka. You always had to have a bazooka for no. Why, Eli? Why I don't ever see bazookas in movies anymore? Like, did they just die with the '80s?
I don't know, man.
I'm just saying. I like Chuck Norris will pull out a bazooka like in a house.
Yeah, Death Wish. All the Death Wish movies. He's blown.
Like, where the fuck you pull it? Like, where do you pull a bazooka out of anywhere?
It just blows up a bunch of hood thugs and shit.
Right. I miss those movies, man. I miss the '80s, but that's the thing about this movie. So it was basically First Blood, first half. Then the second half, Jack Reach, and people like, oh, this movie's so refreshing. Like that's how I know y'all don't watch movies. Because if you watch this movie, the first thing you would pop to your mind was this is First Blood. But I'm glad they took a turn where it didn't turn to First Blood. But the thing is, when it turned into something else other than First Blood, that's when the movie lost me.
I agree.
Like that's when I started to kind of check it because I didn't really care about the conspiracy in this town. I'm going, okay,
yeah,
they're a bunch of crooked cops. Okay, I get it. Fuck some shit up.
Yeah, I just wanted him to whoop ass because that's how I felt. I felt like the pacing was a little off. Like it hooked me. Like the first, like it starts out with the Iron Maiden song, "Number of the Beast." He's rolling down the street listening to Iron Maiden on his headphones. The cops start fucking with them, and then you hear SOD, the song that I was doing in the beginning. SOD, Stormtroopers of Death, one of my favorite bands of all time. You're like, okay, yeah, Stormtroopers of Death, the cops, I get it, and then there's like, the Bad Brains was in the movie. Was a an old punk band called Gut Instinct. They had a pretty rocking soundtrack, but like it started out cool, and then the tension, and then. But I kept feeling like it kept like it would get like hype, like when he's first like takes the cops hostage.
Yeah.
And then they let him go. And then we go for another 20 minutes of him investigating. And then there's another action scene, and then we go for another 20 minutes of him, investigating like you said. Yeah, I didn't care about the investigation and what they were doing.
We know and this shit. We know it's just
and the clerk, the woman who's the clerk or whatever, with her whole backstory with her kid, and she was an ex-junkie, and like I just want to see him whipping ass. Like, can he just beat up a bunch of cops, please? Can we get to that?
Right. Now, I did notice he didn't kill any cops in this movie.
No, he was just fucking them up. He was just breaking arms and
And now keep in mind, in First Blood, I think Rambo only killed one of them, and I think that was by accident.
Yeah. Like, he fell out of the helicopter.
Yeah, he fell out.
Yeah, he fell out of the helicopter.
Something like that, something like that. But another thing they wanted, it felt like First Blood because he was like under the bridge or like homeless kind of like that, shaving and shit. I think I remember Rambo doing that shit too.
Yeah, well, he went up into the woods. Yeah, he was in the woods, living like this guy. This guy was in the woods, living, backpacking
living off
and
the land.
Yeah, eating things that make a billy goat puke.
And that's what I was thinking because it was so much like First Blood. At first, I was thinking that there was gonna be some badass military like Troutman just come out like this guy is a first Green Beret. He eats bugs for breakfast and all. I thought like be a hype man. Like I trained him. Hill is his home or some shit. Nobody.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
you better get more body bags.
Right. Just hyping them up.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Now, here's the thing. Now we talked about the movie, but I think the main reason people are excited about this movie is because of the main guy in the movie. Eli, this guy's a goddamn movie star. I'm just saying.
He's a big one. He's a big one. He's a big dude.
I've heard some people say that he looks like Scar from The Lion King in real life, and now I can't unsee it.
Okay.
I'm just saying. It's kind of fucked up. But yeah, like the guy has charisma, action. I think he was like a jiu-jitsu like teacher or some shit like that before he became acting. Like he just like actions them he transitioned into. So he's got the martial arts physicality of it. He's got the charm, charisma, all the shit like that. I'm sorry, Eli. What's the guy's name? The Ant-Man guy, Kang. I forgot his name already.
Oh, yeah.
Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors.
I think he's out of here, man. I think he's out of here. He had a good run. We moved
literally,
on, man.
literally a good run.
We moved on, man. You had a good run, but I'm just saying, we got
running down that alley, running into that dumpster.
that was it. That was it. Now here's the crazy thing about it, Eli. This movie's been he wasn't the first pick. Netflix been working this movie for like about 3-4 years, something like that. John Boyega was attached to this movie.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, and he walked off set. Nobody knows why. He just walked off set. So that's when they got this guy. Now, and I started thinking, like, where the hell is this guy? Now, I'm like, now where is it like a guy with this kind of talent? Like, how did he just pop out of nowhere? How is it we don't know him? And I realized what it is. He's British. Of course he is. Because when you're British, you just pop out of nowhere. He does the accent when you see him in an interview and stuff like that. Then he's all Cockneyed accent and Brit. Oh, like, oh yeah, he told me off with that shit like that. And I'm like, where do I remember this guy? Like, was he in a Doctor Who episode or some shit? Like, where the fuck was he? And now I remember where I saw him in. He was in Krypton.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, he was. Everybody in Krypton was British. I don't know why, but they just were. Now I know what you're thinking. Like, if he's from Krypton, where the same planet Superman from, why does he have a gun? They explain it. You just got to watch the show. I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, Krypton, awesome show. Go watch it. What else we got? Another thing I'm talking about, like I said, he wasn't the only guy in this movie. We also got Don Johnson. Now, here's the thing, Eli. I'm almost concerned about Don Johnson because his last few movies, he's like been really good at playing races.
Yeah, that's pretty much his thing now.
That's his thing now. Not only that, but he was a Django.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't he
the Watchmen?
The Watchmen? Like, yeah, like, well, what the fuck, Don Johnson? You a little bit too good at playing this shit, man.
He was Eastbound and Down. He was Kenny. I don't know if you ever watched Eastbound and Down on HBO. Hilarious show with Danny McBride. He was Danny McBride's dad, who was like an asshole. he was hilarious, but yeah, he's a a mildly racist asshole.
That's what I'm saying. He killing every role, but I'm starting to side at him. That's all. I'm just saying. And like I said, we've seen this trope so much about the badass goes down to the redneck town and whoop ass shit like that. Now, this isn't. We've actually seen a bunch of First Blood ripoff. For those that don't know, First Blood wasn't a movie first. It was a novel first.
Yeah,
they adapted into a movie. Matter of fact, the novel is kind of different. Rambo is like way more thrown off in that novel than he was in the movie. Sylvester Stallone kind of toned him down because he wanted to basically turn into a franchise, And they kind of say that this First Blood was like the first action novel because that's the thing. Like, okay, so nowadays we got no comic book. We just adapting comic book movies and video games and all that bullshit like that. Back in the 80s, they adapted novels. First Blood, Die Hard was a novel.
Die Hard was a novel. Yeah,
we're not even gonna talk about Stephen King. he cleaned the fuck up in the 80s. So yeah. So that's what they did back in the 80s. They just adapted novels. That's what they did. They didn't adapt comic books. They didn't give a shit about comic books. So that's what they did. So yeah, that's the thing about that. I'm trying to think what else we got there.
This director. Oh, well, the guy who directed this, he directed The Green Room.
The Green Room. Now, I didn't see that, but I know you highly recommended that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the punk band that gets held hostage by the skinheads. Pretty cool flick. And then he did another it was a couple years ago. It was another Netflix movie, something about Into the Dark or something about a guy and wolves in the woods. And I don't remember too much of it. I just remember there's a native guy, an indigenous guy that shoots a bunch of cops, which I thought was pretty cool.
Okay.
But yeah, but it was like the same pace. Like even The Green Room has some pacing issues, I feel, and that's what I think. And same thing with that Into the Dark movie or whatever.
Yeah,
it just had the way the movie's paced. Like the tension, really cool scene, and then nothing happens for a while. And it kind of like loses steam, and then something happens, and then nothing happens for a while. And I think that, I just see that with all his movies, and I felt that with this one.
Like a little bit too up and down, like,
yeah.
Oh, Frankie's here. He just met Slipknot. How do you feel about Slipknot?
No comment. Good.
Okay.
I really gave them a try. I gave up. I really tried to get into them. I'm just too fucking hard. You know what I'm saying?
You too metal for this shit. Sorry. I don't know. I don't know if Slipknot was metal. Slipknot could walk up to me right now. I wouldn't know who they are. So that's why I don't know.
Yeah, because they usually wear masks on stage.
Okay.
No, I felt like I should. I felt like I'm the demographic that should like it, but I didn't get into a lot of that new metal shit. I was like, I'm not a big new metal fan. I was more on the grindcore and straight up death metal and blast beats. I play blast beats. So, like I said, I reviewed Oxygen Destroyer last week, and I met them, and we talked about Godzilla, and it was awesome. That's the type of shit I like. Slipknot is. I find Slipknot a little too tame. That's just me. Hey, I know it's a lot of younger metal fans. That's their stepping stone. Now they're in the metal. Welcome to the club. I'm not gonna shit on Slipknot, but yeah, they're just not for me. But hey, that's cool that you met them, man, because they're a big band now. They're huge. I mean, that's hard to meet a big band like that.
Yeah. So if anybody else has a favorite band they want to mention on the podcast, or you like a shit on them, feel free. Let's see what
what is this? I can't. Goddamn! Okay, I'm gonna get my glasses because I can't read this shit.
Frankie saying something. Yeah, Deftones. Like I said, Frankie,
I did like the first.
You're speaking Spanish to me right now. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I did like the first two Deftones albums, and that was about it. Sips of Them Are Down. Yeah, they had nothing for me. Sorry. I know a lot of people like them. Like I said, I didn't get into that late 90s, early 2000s new metal wave. I was, I was already set. I'm old, man. I'm old. I was already set in my ways. I was already into my grindcore and my blast beats and, so that it's just a generation thing, you know what I'm saying? I grew up on thrash and death metal, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. Anyway,
hence my name.
Trash calls, right? All right. So back to the movie. Like I said, so for those that haven't, since y'all obviously don't watch movies, I would recommend everybody to watch First Blood if you haven't seen it. Not the other Rambo. I mean, you can watch the other Rambo movies if you want to, but watch First Blood. It's a completely different movie than what you think a Rambo movie would be if you haven't seen it. Also, since we're talking about First Blood ripoffs, another movie I'd like to recommend also, The Hunted. This is actually a more accurate First Blood movie than the First Blood movie. Like more accurate to the novel than that. For those who haven't seen it.
Did Anton Fuqua direct that?
Did he? I don't know.
Did he? I don't know.
But basically, Tommy Lee Jones basically playing Troutman. So yeah.
Yeah, I want to make a correction. A couple weeks ago, we were talking about Anton Fuqua. I think we're talking about The Killer. You were talking about The Replacement Killers.
The Replacement.
And how Anton Fuqua, that was his first movie, and then I mentioned that he directed American Gangster. He did not direct American Gangster. That was Ridley Scott.
I thought he didn't, but I didn't want to correct you. I was like,
yeah. However, Anton Fuqua was supposed to direct it, but then he got fired because it was going over budget. So then they got Ridley Scott, one of the most expensive filmmakers ever, to direct. Yeah.
Let's see what we got.
Mateo, thanks for listening.
Back to what the fuck is that?
I don't know. Some code, man.
Like you're doing.
Scan it with your QR code, man.
Hell no, that's like a virus. Oh yeah. Benicio del Toro. Both of them were great. Yeah. Tommy Lee Jones and Benicio del Toro. They were both great. That was an awesome movie.
Benicio kills it in every movie he's in, man.
He really does. Even what was that? License to Kill. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. He was in a James Bond movie.
Flip ya for real. Yeah. Usual Suspects, Finster.
Yeah, he was in all of that. But yeah, that's all we got to say. Like I said, overall, I think the movie was okay. For Netflix, it's one of the upper echelon Netflix movies. For me, I don't really put them in high regard anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that guy, he's the next guy. They're gonna throw so many movie roles at him. I just have one advice for the Brit. I know he's not gonna listen to anything I have to say. I just have some advice. Stay the fuck away from Marvel, please. I know he's the new guy. I know he's the new guy they want him to be. He should play this. He should play that. No, stay away. here's the thing, Eli. I'm starting to notice
they'll cast him as Puck or something.
Right. Because I'm starting to see a strange pattern. Bad shit happens to black people when they get play in Marvel movies. I'm just saying, I don't know why. What the fuck is going on? I don't believe in curses, but if I did believe in curses, I think that might be a curse. Yo.
Well, Samuel L. Jackson, he's just. I mean, he's just untouchable, I guess.
He can't be like Marvel can't take him down. Nobody can take him down, right? But like everybody else is just like, you black, stay the fuck away from Marvel. Just do something else. Yeah. So matter of fact, I think he was supposed to be in that Blade movie as playing something, but he's like, fuck this, and just did something because that movie is pretty much a train wreck right now anyway. Probably won't come out. So yeah.
Have you heard? I saw. I don't know what the source was. Mm-hmm. I heard, and don't listen to me, but I heard they're no longer developing that Blade movie. Like, so you called it.
They've been saying this for the last 5 years. So yeah, I believe it when Kevin Feige doesn't say it, but yeah.
So that thing in Deadpool where like there's only been one Blade. There's only gonna be one Blade.
I guess he was right.
And then Deadpool looks at the camera like.
Right. Oh man. All right. So let's separate on it. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5. I think this is a star-making vehicle, but the movie was decent.
Yeah, I'll give it a 3 out of 5. It was like I said, it hooked me. Like Iron Maiden, it starts out with Iron Maiden, like Number of the Beast, like and then SOD. Come on, like he's listening to SOD. Now I wish he would have just worn metal shirts. That would have been dope. Like,
right.
but yeah, I mean, it started out really cool, and then just kind of lost its steam. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it was kind of long too. It was like over 2 hours.
Yeah, like it didn't need to be, but it's like they kind of ran out of plot. It's like we just got to just do shit. So
yeah, man. I mean, that's the thing. I was like, you don't have to overbloat these movies, man. You know,
right? But
it's
Netflix.
Like,
just have a long runtime for no reason. So.
Make movies 90 minutes again.
It should have been a 90-minute movie. That's all.
Yes. Make movies 90 minutes again.
Make movie 90 minutes again. That's the sweet spot. That's right there. So that's why movies are afraid to do this shit. All right. So can we move on to the next one? I'm gonna let you have this one, Eli, because I had some thoughts, but you may not like them. So yeah. Okay. We saw another movie on Netflix because my subscription hasn't ran out yet. Let me watch a movie. Let me watch all the movies I can get before I get rid of this Netflix shit. So yeah. So the next movie we watched, and I'm gonna throw this up here, Eli. We watched Incoming. That's what it is. So I'm gonna let you go first. I might interrupt you. I don't know. I do we have to go, but I'm gonna because I know you saw it. So what you think about it?
I thought it was fine. It made me laugh. It was we keep talking about like they don't make like R-rated raunchy comedies anymore.
Right.
Well, they made one. Hey everybody, it's Black Sunday.
Sunday, like the way a black person video you see.
Oh, well, cool.
I like mine. So yeah, okay.
Yeah. And natives too, man. I'm native, so hey.
You freak me out every time you turn the camera on.
I'm sorry. Ooh, yeah, the boogeyman. Ooh.
Right. Like, oh shit. He's behind me.
I'll give you a heads up next time I jump on the camera.
Say Beetlejuice 3 times some shit before you do it.
What's Banff? What was it? Kevin Spacey or Kevin Spacey? What the fuck? Right. Kevin Smith's podcast. They got that guy who comes in like Nightcrawler.
Oh, so I haven't watched this in a while. So
he's got the guy who like their little tech guy. He comes in and says shit, and he goes bam like Nightcrawler or whatever. Okay. Anyways, Incoming. Yeah. It's an R-rated raunchy teen comedy. That kind of like a throwback to what we grew up on. And we talked about this before, like how they don't make movies like Revenge of the Nerds or Porky's or Superbad or American Pie anymore because comedy is, people are afraid to laugh at offensive shit, So here we go. This is a comedy, a raunchy R-rated teen comedy. And yeah, it's about some high school kids going to a party and, it's their first year of high school and, they go to this party and a bunch of wacky hijinks ensues. And I thought it was fine. I laughed a couple of times. I did think the ending was mad corny. But however, there was one scene that really grossed me out.
I know what scene you're talking about. Yes. I know
Yeah, I've said
I was
before.
like,
I have.
well, come on, man. What y'all doing? That goes hell.
Yeah, I was eating chips too, and I was like, So yeah, I've said that. You know, like I have my gross out triggers. One of them is shit, and the other one is food. So, and bugs is the other one. But this movie, that scene really grossed me out, especially when they pick up the drunk chick and she goes to Taco Bell and she's just stuffing her face with the and I love Taco Bell, but she was ruining Taco Bell for me. You know, and then she ends up shitting herself, and that whole shit scene in the car. I was like, oh man, I couldn't look. I had to look away. You know. But you know, yeah, I laughed a few times. It did make me laugh a few times. But yeah, I thought the ending was really corny. But yeah, I mean, if it's trying to bring back the R-rated raunchy comedy. Like I said, I'll give it a 3 out of 5. I did think the ending was really corny and cheesy and shit.
Okay, so let's see what we got here.
Yo,
what else
John.
we got here? What?
John Smith.
Okay.
Yo.
Yeah. All right. So what I thought about the movie, Eli, you gonna this why I didn't talk about this movie, because I didn't know how to talk about it. But since you watched it, I'm gonna talk about it. This movie made me feel old as hell. It did. I'm gonna tell you why. I know it's a raunchy high school comedy and stuff like that, but honestly, watching it almost made me feel cringeworthy. It made me cringe because you got kids doing this shit. And I know we used to watch shit like this all the time, or even watch Superbad, or even some shit like that, like 15 years ago, shit like that. But watching this shit now, I guess at the age I'm in now, I'm watching kids, you know, doing crazy shit like this. I honestly thought, where are their parents? I was really thinking this shit. Like, I'm too old to watch this shit, man. I can't watch this.
Okay, you square. No,
I am, man. I'm sorry. They were doing some wild shit. I'm just like, I don't feel comfortable watching these high school. They weren't even like seniors. They were like freshmen or some shit like that. I'm like, nah, this a little bit too much for me. That's just me. That's just me. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I was wondering, like, that did make me think. I'm like, are these actors 18 yet? Because
that's what I'm saying. They look young. It's not like, because it's like when we used to watch these movies, they look older than what they were. But I guess the HBO, they look like kids doing this crazy shit, and I'm just like, I can't do this. I don't know.
And I only recognize
maybe they are old as hell. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure, like, they're probably like 18, 19 or whatever, and they're playing.
They just look young as hell. So that's the thing. What about the new Dexter? I didn't know there was a new Dexter show, but I've never watched.
Sorry, I missed that one.
So, yeah, sorry. Oh, yeah, you know.
Something about a colonizer. Right on, man.
My name is John Smith. You a colonizer.
John Smith? Yeah, John Smith's a colonizer, son. What you talking about?
Good knowledge. Anyway.
Fucking no, but what I was gonna say is, like, the only kid that I recognized was the main kid from the Black Phone, but I didn't know anybody who any of these kids were, you know.
I didn't know,
other than the teacher, and the teacher I thought was kind of fucked up. Like, he's at the party.
True. I was like, dude, you don't do this shit, man, doing this wild shit. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's just,
and he kept getting fucked up and shit. And
and burned and shit. And
what's this live about?
Oh,
comic books, yo.
Yeah,
we're about talking about comics. Eventually, we're talking about comic books.
Yeah,
look at the name. Look at the name of the show. It's all in the title.
All in the title. So that's all I got, Eli. So I did laugh at some stuff. That shit that grossed me out too. Watch these kids do shit like just shit like, you know, kids spying on naked chicks, shit like that. I was like, I don't know about this, man. Yes, this shit would have been funny in the 80s and the 90s. Like they trying to cancel American Pie for that shit.
Oh yeah.
Remember when they were spying on the chick and they pretty much blasted her shit all over the town and shit in the internet?
Oh yeah.
We were laughing our ass off at that shit. That's a fucking federal crime nowadays.
Or isn't that where the term MILF came from?
That's where the term MILF came from. Yeah. So yeah, it's just shit like when you look at shit in nowadays terms, and then it doesn't hold up. But yeah, he's yapping too much. Cut him off. This is a talk show, man. That's what we do. But anyway, but yeah, so that's my thing, Eli. I was just like, I just felt like I was too old watching these kids do this shit. That's all. Maybe if they was in college, I would have gotten along with a little bit more. But watching freshmen and sophomore doing this shit, I'm just like, I don't know, man. Made me feel like I was something wrong with me watching this shit. So
Yeah.
Just a comic.
Like I said, it was I. But yeah, the ending was corny. I thought the ending was corny, especially when he butchered the Stevie Wonder song.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, his scene was horrible. Oh.
Rambo.
Thank you. Oh, you.
Yeah, there she goes. She knows what she's talking about.
She don't. Sorry, I know you don't because she missed the thumbnail.
Oh.
Yeah.
About romantic movies. My favorite romantic movie is Wally.
Right. Now you came on the wrong time because I will talk about romantic movies on here like all the time. Eli just checks out, go smoke a cigarette and shit like that. Well, I just go on about it, but yeah. I can't think of any right now, but that's it. But yeah, we talked about Incoming enough, haven't we?
Yeah.
Okay, we can move on past that.
It was a time waster. We wasted some time on that shit.
Yeah, we wasted some time on it. Okay, Jessica, this next one's for you. All right, so the next one we could talk about your boy, Bo DeMayo.
Oh, we're talking about this?
We're talking about Bo DeMayo. Yes, we got to talk about Bo DeMayo. For those who don't know who Bo DeMayo is, Bo DeMayo was the writer of season 1 of X-Men 97 and supposedly writer of season 2 of X-Men 90, even though Marvel has removed his name from season 2. But anyway, he got fired like 2 weeks before the shit came out, something like that. Oh, whatever it was. He got fired. So nobody knows how he got fired. Nobody knows why he got fired, but he said he decided to post why he got fired on his OnlyFans. So I gave an assignment to Eli to sign up for his OnlyFans and report to us back to see what he said. Now, Eli dropped the ball on the assignment, but that's okay.
I didn't do my homework this week.
You didn't do your homework. We will let you slide this time. That's okay, Eli. So yeah. Plus, I didn't want you to click on his OnlyFans and you see some shit you can't unsee. You know, you click on it and this shit look like the Balloon Man in the car video.
He is aware that Substack is also a thing he could have done.
You could. Now, here's my thing about that. You bring a good point to it. Okay, so the whole reason he's doing this shit because he's being accused of being a perverted sexual predator. Now, if you want to beat those allegations, the last thing you want to do is put your shit on OnlyFans. That's kind of proving our point. It don't even matter what you said. Because that's the thing, like I understand that OnlyFans has a whole bunch of things you could do on it. Like we could put this podcast on OnlyFans like that. But the thing is, if we charge you $10 to watch us on OnlyFans, you're gonna have expectations. Now I'm letting you know we're not gonna meet those expectations, but it's gonna be really.
Yeah, you're gonna ask for a refund and shit.
You ask for a refund. We'll gladly give you a refund because you expect to see some shit. We ain't gonna do that shit. No. You can tip us all you want to. We ain't doing that shit. So yeah. So the fact is, that since he would have stuck his shit on OnlyFans and thinking we're gonna pay money for this shit, nah. I mean, maybe some people did, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm gonna pay just to see what he has to say. No, you don't care what he has to say. We know what you're creepy at. Now, here's the thing, like our comment section, our fans. They want to crack a joke on me and shit like that. I'm gonna let it slide. They're gonna put it there. Leroy was already a subscriber to his page, so I'm gonna let y'all have fun with that. You know, I'm a good sport. I can take a joke. Just remember, I am the pettiest motherfucker on this planet, so I will get y'all back, but I'm gonna let y'all have this one. Yeah. So that's all I want to say about that one. That's what I'm saying. That dude. Everything he does is making me realize, like, you kind of proving Marvel's point why they and another. Can I take a little bit? Can I defend him a little bit? Okay. The thing is about Marvel is that what I'm noting at Patterson, they hire people they hire people behind the scenes because they want to check a box and they want to have virtue signaling and they want to put them in front and have them as a mascot, but they don't want them to be too much of that. For instance, like Bo DeMayo, he's gay, like really, really gay. And I say that because he says he's really, really gay. He wanted to advertise X-Men 97 on RuPaul's Drag Race. Of course, Marvel stopped him from doing that. So yeah, because they didn't want it to go too gay. Like we wanted to be gay, but not too gay. Because they
want to market this shit in China.
They want to market this shit in China, right? But they don't want to go too far because I've seen them do it before. Like we've seen the Marvels. Now, whatever you think about the Marvels, what they did behind the scenes of Marvels, I don't really like. I don't agree with because Nia DaCosta they wanted to push her forward in front. Oh, she's the first black woman to ever direct a Marvel Disney movie, stuff like that. Did she? Did she really? Because Eli, we've talked about stuff before that directors of Marvel movies don't really direct Marvel movies. Like they show behind the scene, they do shit. They get a second director behind it, and all of them kiss the ring of Kevin Feige. Whatever he says goes, that's what really goes. Kevin Feige is really the director of these movies. So she was more or less just a figurehead that just or mascot just pushed in front of it. Because they said when they was even directing, when they was doing the final editing and shit like that, Nia DaCosta was in Europe working on another movie. She wasn't even there. She didn't even work on the final product. Mm-hmm. So, but at the same time, they want to push her that she's the first black director to do something like that. Like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. You know. Hell, I even think Ta-Nehisi Coates for Black Panther was that. Me personally.
Checking boxes. That's what they do.
I think that's what they were doing. Ta-Nehisi Coates. We need a black director. He's got all the stuff like that. We needed a black writer for Black Panther. He's got all these accolades and he does all the stuff like that. Even though he's never written a comic book in his life, let's just throw him on the book. So we can get good.
Oh yeah. Well, look at like Echo. Like Echo came out. Like you know, Reservation Dogs was stopped being a show. It's done. And now the indigenous TV trend is come. Lily Gladstone didn't get her Oscar. You know, right. So now the indigenous TV trend is now on coming down. It's on the downslope. Right. Know? So natives aren't as marketable anymore. So they say, fuck Echo. Let's just get it out there and over with. You know. Right. And the whole Gahorty shit, they're making a comic, a what-if comic in November.
I told you that, Eli. I told you they were going to do that.
Yeah, in November, of course. Yeah. Native Heritage Month. You know? Right. Pat themselves on the back for diversity points. Right. And,
Eli, we're sounding
and we ain't going to see her again until maybe next November.
Eli, we're sounding like them again. We're going. We're sounding like the dark side. Yeah.
Are we woke or are we not woke?
No, I don't know what we are anymore. I don't know.
I was just talking about native representation. That makes me woke, right?
I guess, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I don't even know anymore. It's like you just throw woke on anything. Like I don't know. It's cold outside.
That's woke.
You know.
Yeah, I guess that's woke. But then I said, but then I laughed at incoming. That means I'm misogynist and sexist, right?
Right.
And I didn't like the acolyte, so I'm a homophobic and sexist and misogynist and racist.
Balance.
Yeah, so hey,
should be. So
you walk the line. We walk that
line. And that's this podcast right here. So you want to know where we lean? That's where we lean.
Cancel us 1 week, you know, right. We're woke the next week.
Right.
We're kissing everybody's ass.
Right. We're pissing everybody off, one or the other. You know?
Or pissing everybody off, yeah. You know.
All right. Go on the next part of the podcast. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I don't know. Eli, I think we can piss people off with this, and I don't know what we're going to do. We can talk about Minecraft, the movie.
Oh, yeah.
We got to talk about,
What was I going to say about Minecraft? I don't even remember.
I don't remember either. What is this? Yeah, that, okay. Here's the thing. This is where I want to talk about this because the trailer came out. It's like one of the highest rated viewed trailers of all time, stuff like that. I watched it. My personal opinion, looked like a piece of shit. That's just me. So I'm pretty sure, Eli, you felt the same. Watching like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, I never played the game. My kid played the game a lot. My nieces and nephews played it. I'm aware of Minecraft as a concept. I know it's a thing.
Yeah,
but I don't know enough.
My nephew worships this game. You know.
Yeah, I don't know enough about the game to really. I heard people are pissed off about this trailer. I don't know why, and I don't know enough about the game to know why or to understand what's going on. But
I've looked at it. It's nothing to get. Honestly, us bringing attention to that, that's what they want us to do. So I'm gonna. Yeah. The point is, we realize since we don't like the trailer, we don't know what the fuck's going on. Obviously, the whole point is we're not the demographic. And that's okay.
Yeah.
Right. And that's okay. That's okay. But my thing is this, Eli. Now, for those that don't know, the highest grossing video game of all time is Minecraft. A lot of people don't know that. Like Tetris, Mario, Wii Sports, all this shit. No, Minecraft is over all of them. Grand Theft Auto, Minecraft is over all of them. So it's the highest grossing video game of all time. My thing is this, Eli. Even though we realize that we are not the demographic for this, and we know the demographic they're going for, Didn't we always talk about on this podcast how the demographic that plays like Minecraft and all that shit and TikTok and whatever the fuck is hot right now, they don't watch movies?
Yeah.
So they try to make a movie of this. So my thing is this: what are they, like the crowd that this is made for? What do they think about this movie? Like the crowd that worships the feat that Minecraft does and all this shit, and know who the fuck Jack Black is playing, I guess, stuff like that. Like what do they think about this movie? You know?
Yeah, I'll ask my nieces who play Minecraft,
like
who
are
don't
they
watch movies. Yeah,
right. Are they excited for this movie? They just look like this.
Are they excited for a movie? Like, do they? Yeah, I don't think they watch movies. Yeah, like I said, they don't watch movies. They watch movies, TikTok. They watch YouTube. They watch Sniper Wolf.
Right.
Put on dresses and shit, and like put on makeup and shit.
And you can look at this movie. You can tell they're trying to aim for that crowd. They're trying to aim for that crowd. But I don't know if that crowd's gonna fuck with it, you know.
Are people pissed off because Jason Momoa is wearing pink?
No, they ain't. No, people don't even know Jason Momoa was in this movie. Take 3 guesses why people pissed off. Just look at this picture.
Well, yeah, there's a black person, so I guess
that's why they pissed off. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to bring attention to it. Yeah.
Now, aren't you allowed? Yeah. Aren't you allowed to like make your own character in Minecraft?
I have no idea. I guess you could be a dog or a cow, some shit. I don't know what the fuck you can do in Minecraft, I guess.
So Leroy, when you create a character on a game,
yeah,
do you play as a white person?
Fuck no. What the fuck? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think that was.
Do these assholes understand? Do these fucking assholes understand that non-white people are probably not going to be playing as white people unless they're forced to?
Yeah, and like the white character is always the default character. I don't give a fuck if I'm playing like fantasy game or some shit like that. What's the game? Elder Scrolls and bullshit like that. Yes, I'm a black Viking walking through that shit. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, dumbasses.
So that's the thing. So I don't know what they're pissed off about. But can we talk about Jason Momoa? Why is Jason Momoa in this piece of shit movie? I guess I don't know why.
For a paycheck, man. He's getting paid, man.
It's just like he's just showing up in any damn thing now, man. He came a long way from Baywatch, man. That's all I'm saying. That's why.
Look at him. Look at this guy.
That's why I had it took so long to get pictures. We got this. See, this is where the podcast is gonna spike right here. You know. Not because of us, because Jason Momoa, but yeah. But that's the thing. But now he just showed up at any damn thing. Like, what the fuck, man? You know. So that's all I gotta say. So I don't know, and I'm saying that, but this may be $1 billion movie. People might just like this may be an event for those folks that watch like love Minecraft.
Yeah, what do we know? Because we hated Five Nights at Freddy. Like right. We watched that shit. We thought that shit sucked.
I thought that shit sucked, and that movie made bank.
Yeah, they're making another one, and what the fuck do I know?
Right. So I feel like it's gonna be two choices. This is gonna be $1 billion movie, or it's gonna flop. There is no in between with this movie. That's what I think. So
sure,
that's just me. All right, so can we move on to the next part of the podcast? Still stick to the video game section. We're gonna talk about the video game section. So right here, we're gonna talk about a game that you've never heard of. Eli, I'm gonna tell you why you never heard of it. Concord. So there was a thing that happened. You haven't heard. A lot of people haven't heard of it. The reason we're talking about Concord because this is a PlayStation game, exclusive game. It's also PC that came out 2 weeks ago, and they've already shut it down. Now, the reason they shut it down because they had like low sales. Nobody was playing the game. Nobody was. So it's one of those live service games that the only way to play is to play against other people. But if nobody's playing it, you got nobody to play against. So Sony just shut shit down. That's it. So after 2 weeks, this game.
Are you there, Leroy? Am I, or did I disappear?
I think you did.
Oh, okay. I was wondering.
Yeah. So my thing is that they spent like $100 million on this first-person live shooter, live service games like that, and nobody gives a fuck. The reason I'm so glad to shut this shit down, I want to make a public service announcement to all these companies out there. We're sick of fucking live service games. We don't like that shit. We don't want that shit. I don't want to play shit where I got to play against other people, where I have to play against other people. I'm forced to it. Don't give me that shit. This shit fail. Marvel's Avengers fail. Fucking Suicide Squad fail. We don't want that shit. Stop making every game Fortnite. We don't want that shit. Yes.
Yeah.
Fortnite.
What was that Star Wars game that I played for like 2 weeks? The shooter. I forget what it's called.
What, Battlefront?
But No, the one where fuck, battleground. I know, I can't. It was like the shooter. It was kind of like Fortnite, or Pug B or what's that shit called? Pug B, Pug G, Pug
Talking
G.
about Battlefront. I think you're talking about Battlefront.
No, it's not Battlefront. It was like you could. Anyways, fuck it. It was you could only play live. Battlefront had a campaign mode.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but this is like it came out like this earlier this summer. I was playing it for 2 weeks. I could only play as a couple of characters because I was playing the free version, and it was all live. It was all online, playing against other assholes who had way more cooler shit than me. They were kicking my ass, and fuck that shit.
And it's like, we're sick of that shit, man. So give us. But that's why everybody's playing that fucking Sun Wukong monkey game where you become a superpower monkey, you fight gods. Single player.
Yeah.
I ain't got to worry about playing against other people. I just played that shit storyline. That's why this shit's selling like crazy. Stop giving us shit where we have to play against other assholes. I hate people. So stop giving me that shit.
So I'm playing video games.
Right. All right. Can we roll the next part of the podcast?
Yeah.
All right. We're here now. Like I said, this comic book bullies. We're talking about comic books. We're gonna jump into it. And Eli, I think I'm gonna start off with Ultimates first. This is the one they've been promoting like for a while. They've been promoting the hell out of this book because that whole Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man bullshit going on right now. They say, "Oh, this book's gonna explain it." It don't explain it. I don't know why they said that shit. They just want to just sell a book. But it's a Doctor Doom focused story, if that makes any sense. And
okay.
And you see the Fantastic Four. Kind of see the Fantastic Four. You see the Thing right there. You see Miss Fantastic as a mouse. You see the Human Torch. Invisible Woman's there, but she's invisible. So yeah. All right. So we're gonna move on past that. Let's see. We got here. Let me click this and get it started. Room right here. So, like I said, Ultimates number 4. This is after they rescued She-Hulk or some shit. So yeah. So let's get to it. So this is a weird book. I'm trying to like the layout of it or how it's structured. It's different. So it's actually 4 panels. Every page is 4 panels, and each page tells a different story. Like the first part, the first part tells one story. Second panel tells another story. Third panel tells another story. Fourth one. So you got to actually read it that way. So the whole point of the thing is that they showing Reed Richards going through his life, how shit is cool. He actually goes, I think, MIT at 13. And that's where he meets Ben Grimm. Ben Grimm is already 18. He's already grown. So that's how they meet. He's already old, stuff like that. So, and it's showing them, and you see, okay, for those who don't know, I forgot to tell you this. Okay. So Dr. Doom in the Ultimate Universe is Reed Richards. Why? Because the maker is an asshole. We're going to find out about that shit in a second. So that's what's going on right there. And they basically showing everything that's going on. And this is one of my favorite panels right here. I'm going to see this panel right here. You're going to see, Reed Richards, and I had to catch it a few times. Reed Richards, like, writing the formula because they're about to go to space to see the cosmic storm. And he's writing the formula down exactly how to do this shit like that. But they see a few pages later, the maker goes behind him and redo the formula. He changes the formula. Like, that's the pettiest shit I've seen a supervillain do in a while. But he decides to do that shit. And basically, since they did that shit, the thing goes horribly wrong. Johnny Storm burns up. He burns up on impact. So he died. He's the only one that actually dies immediately in the spacecraft. Because they got disgraced so hard, Ben Grimm kills himself. And I thought this was like ironic. He kills him, like they find his body in like gravel. So like that's fucked up. But it's like the Thing and shit, Sue Storm died of radiation years later, and because of all this, they blame all that shit on Reed Richards. Like he went to jail for this shit, got locked up, all the stuff like that. So they blamed it on him. But the thing is, the maker bailed him out. And he was like, "Your name is Doom." You're like, "No, my name is Reed." "No, motherfucker, your name is Doom." So he just beats the shit out of him and tortures him the whole time to make sure his name is Doom. And he gets to the point that eventually he tortures him so much for decades, like experiments on the brain, chops his brain up and all shit like that, and eventually put rats on him and shit. And so by the time he's done with it, he like, "Yeah, my name is Doom." So that's why in the Avengers now, if anybody calls him Reed, he don't respond to Reed anymore because Maker fucked him up so bad. So what he's trying to do since they can't go back in time because Maker fucked up time travel, he's trying to recreate the powers of the Fantastic Four, but he can't do it because every time he keeps putting the comics radiation on them, the rats keep dying. So he can't complete the formula. So, and he keeps yelling at Tony. He like, Tony, leave me the fuck alone. I'm gonna do this shit. And yeah, that's the story. So, like I said, it's kind of hard because it's a non-linear story for me to tell you. So it's kind of hard for me to break the story down to you. But a lot of moving parts going on with it. I like how it was told. I like how it was laid out. But
like did Hickman write this?
No, that dude, Denzik, I think his name.
Oh,
whatever his name is. So that's the guy that's been writing. So Hickman hasn't been writing this. Big Cook, okay. Shout out to Big Cook.
He's like Dr. Doom. More, I think he means more Dr. Doom.
Yeah, but like I said, but it's not Dr. Doom. It's Reed Richards. So it's the maker, because the whole thing goes back to that original Ultimate Invasion story where the maker tells 616 Reed Richards, like, if you had a chance, Reed Richards, would you erase me from existence? And Reed Richards said with no hesitation, yes, I would delete you from existence. And Maker was like, okay, I remember this shit. So when he went to his universe, he just did nothing but spend all of his time fucking with Reed Richards. So
yeah,
basically driving him crazy, killing the Fantastic Four and all this shit like that. So I'm like, damn, this dude worse than Dr. Doom. So yeah. All right. So that's all. I'm gonna give this book a 4 out of 5. I like the non-linear storytelling. We'll see where it goes. But the thing is, Eli, I'm gonna show you in a second.
Yeah, you're kind of breaking up. Is it my connection, or can you hear me?
You kind of go in and out, but yeah. but here's the thing.
Yeah,
Eli,
is it my connection?
I don't know. I think you're going in and out.
No,
but
go ahead.
I did want to say this one thing, Eli. This is why you got to read the next story. Like, you got to read the next story, Eli, or you're gonna get in trouble. Boom. You see that?
Is that new? The Hawkeye as the native Hawkeye.
Yeah. So you're contractually obligated, Eli. I can't protect you. If you don't read it, I can't help you. So what about who is this? What about who?
One Above All.
What about him?
What about the One Above All?
What about him? We need specificity.
I think he's wondering if the Maker is he getting like the Maker is
Oh, is the Maker One Above All? No. The Maker is evil Reed Richards. Yeah, he just made his own universe and just fuck with people. That's all. That's all he been. That's the whole thing. He's just been fucking with people the whole time. So yeah. And that's all. So I'm gonna let you go next. Like, what you got?
All right, I'll do Dawnrunner number 5.
Okay. Let's see where you at. What do I do with that thing? Oh, there you go.
So this is Ram V's kaiju battle book that he's done. Kind of a throwback to like Pacific Rim. Was it Neon Evangelion, that anime? Gundam Wing, that type of stuff, but with kaiju. They're battling kaiju. So it's in some future Earth where kaiju have come and wrecked the Earth. You know, the last remaining cities built these big giant mechs to battle the kaiju, and then they made gladiatorial combat shows, kind of like sporting events where, you know, these giant mechs and the pilots, you know, battle these kaiju beasts for sport, for entertainment. And anyways, there's this one woman who's like really good at it. She is chosen to pilot this brand new mech. It's like high tech. It's like, you know, their brand new version. She ends up bonding with it. It turns out, and it's kind of weird. This is kind of weird, confusing in a way, but she ends up finding the memories. Somehow the memories of an old dead soldier is in the mech suit. So she starts having visions and dreams of his life every time she gets into the mech suit. His memories start popping up. And so anyways, this is the last issue. This is a 5-issue run. This is the very finale. This is and there's a big giant kaiju beast comes. It's like the biggest one ever, and it's threatening to destroy the city. She gets in the mech suit and starts, you know, fighting it. But then at the end of the last issue, her body like gets absorbed into the mech suit. Like her body disappears. They're like, where's her body? You know, it's gone. So somehow her body got absorbed into the mech suit, and then she just and that's where this issue is all about the fight. And it's just the battle. and she ends up kicking ass. And the kaiju beast is all weird. If you zoom in, it's got like face. It kind of reminds me of Akira, the ending of Akira, where you got that big blob and shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, she ends up kicking ass. And then her body gets reforms. It comes back. And somehow, meanwhile, this whole time, she also had a daughter in the hospital who's like, sick with this virus. Somehow that dead soldier's life force saves her in a way. And that's where I'm saying this is confusing. So I like this story. I thought it was really cool. Kaiju beast versus giant mechs. That's cool. That's right up my alley. But I feel like this issue felt a little rushed. And maybe this series could have used like one or two more issues to sort of flesh out all those little details that were going on. Like the thing about her daughter, this dead soldier and his family that he was trying to save, and all those memories. Like it kind of switches back and forth and gets a little convoluted and confusing at times. So I think this could have been at least one or two more issues to just sort of, take care of those details. There's also the thing about the corporation that's building these mechs and how corrupt they are, and how, they're trying to keep people entertained. And it's sort of making this statement on how people are disconnected from the war and from these battles. I think that was a strong statement that I think could have been pushed further. How corporations and people watching these sporting events, they're disconnected from the carnage of war. They're all, let's go kick ass, let's go drop bombs, let's start a war, but we're not going to fight it. Like the person filming the World Star video. I can't stand that shit. You know what I'm saying? Instigating the fight, but not taking part of it. You know what I mean? So that type of shit. I thought that was a strong statement to make, how the audiences are watching these giant kaiju battles, like it's a sporting event, totally oblivious that the world could be destroyed at any moment. You know what I mean? Because if the giant mechs lose, then the kaiju is going to destroy the city. So, and they're like totally oblivious to it. So there's that disconnect of the audience to like the soldiers and the pilots that are fighting these wars. I thought that was a pretty cool theme that I think could have been pushed a little further had this series gone on a couple more issues. Because this had cool action. The art's been cool this whole time. I dig the story. I just felt like this issue was a little rushed. But overall, it is a good series. I did enjoy this. I stayed with it till the end. So, it'll probably read better in trade. But yeah, pretty cool. Kaiju beast, giant robots fighting, weird existential, psychological shit going on. Cool shit. I'll give it a 4 out of 5 in the end. Overall, it was cool.
Cool. All right. Next book I'm going to do is, you read this, Eli, you got me out with this. We're going to do Absolute Power.
I did.
Number 3. I didn't know the series. I didn't know that this is almost over. I thought it was going to go a little bit longer than that. Yeah, they got in and out with this shit.
Yeah, I guess you should have just read the tie-ins, huh?
I guess I should have. I didn't know it was going to be over with that quick. But yeah, so we're here, and you got Batman kind of like doing the Wolverine Hulk thing, where you can see he's got batarangs, but they got all the bad guys in there and shit. So I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah. All right, so we're going to jump into it. They haven't been following the tie-ins, but we're going to jump into it and do it the best way we can. So we jump into it. Hawk Girl, even though she lost her power, still got her wings. Like, why don't you just fly out of there? I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, not Batman. Failsafe. Failsafe, basically, Amanda Wallace put the plan together. She was like, okay, activate phase 2. You go do your thing, and take Brainiac Queen with you, because my baby is hungry. And when she talk about her baby, she's talking about Brainiac Queen, because Brainiac Queen thinks that Amanda Waller is a mother. So yeah, she even calls her mother the whole time. So basically, the last issue, this Force Society tomb got destroyed. The heroes that didn't get captured got out of there, and where they go to, they went to Themyscira. That's where they showed up. And you got Queen Nubia bringing them in. Now, for those that haven't been keeping up with Wonder Woman comics, and I don't blame you, but the whole point is, Nubia is now queen of the Amazons. Hippolyta, I think, got killed or died or some shit like that, and she basically put Nubia in her place before on her deathbed. So she runs basically runs the Amazons now. and they're basically running out of there. And basically, Zealot is asking Mr. Terrific, "Why did you put us here?" Like, the reason I put you here is because John Kent is looking for us, and anyone on the planet he will find us except here because this place is still protected by magic. So there's no way he can find us. So yeah, so it's like the best place for us to be right now. And oh yeah, and Flash stole some kryptonite before they got out of the Fort Sato. He stole some kryptonite, and Big Barda says, "Give me the kryptonite." And that's when her and Nightwing get into it. Like Nightwing said, "No, you're not gonna do that." She was like, "No, I'm gonna do that because I can see it in his eyes. That guy's gonna kill us." And I was trained by Darkseid because Darkseid is. So that motherfucker shows up. I'm gonna shoot his ass. Like, no, you're not gonna do that. He's one of us. Like, okay, any blood on his hands, that's on your conscience. So she's like, fine, I'll deal with it. So then Nightwing hands out some more assignments, basically saying Superman's doing this, Satana's doing that, Batman's doing this, Wonder Woman and Damian's doing that. They all doing that shit in their solo books and the tie and shit like that. And you said, but we're gonna launch a counter-strike against Waller. And then like the weaker bullshit heroes, just like, how the fuck we gonna kind of hit that? I don't even know how to throw a punch. Like my whole thing is my powers. And that's when Hal Jordan shows up with no shirt on. Why does Hal Jordan have a shirt on? Because he's on an island of Amazons. He got to show them what they're missing out on. So he's got a whole bunch of
an island of Wonder Women.
A while of Wonder Women.
Hold on, let me change.
Are you the average man? Well, I'm above average. That's Steve Trevor shit. But anyway, he's showing off the weapons that they stole from Just League things. So he's got like Captain Cole's gun and some other shit, basically a whole bunch of shit they stole. And basically, Nightwing had more assignments. Y'all gotta go find a guy named John Starr. He has some information. You gotta go find him. And like he's on some kind of battleship. You gotta go get him out of there. So they can do that. And I'm loving it. When did they start drawing Big Barda like that?
A while ago.
I must have missed out on it because they used to just draw Big Barda like a Wonder Woman clone. Now that she's big Barda. So yeah.
They're drawn she's been drawn hot for a while.
Okay. It's so huge and shit. So yeah, so basically saying that's the assignment. Everybody go out there, and then they go to China. So the thing is, they ramped up, and I was wondering about this last time, but they ramped it up. And basically, Waller is gone past the United States, and she's now getting superheroes from other countries, even if the folks don't have a problem with like the China. Like they regulate their superheroes, like they're part of the Chinese government. And Waller came in and took them too. They were like, "Oh, no, we're gonna go to war with." We're gonna go to war with the United States, but how we gonna do that? And then Failsafe jumps in like, you're not. Waller no longer has authority. Like the United States no longer has authority over Waller. She does whatever the hell she wants to. And now you're looking at your commander chief. And then one of the Chinese guys go, Batman? And Failsafe said, no, better. Yeah, I like that shit right there. And he was just like, look, y'all should be happy with us. We're getting rid of all metahumans, superheroes, supervillains, getting rid of them. You should thank us. Matter of fact, I want a written letter of apology from you thanking us. Because if you don't, Brainiac Queen is hacking into everything you got right there. She's going to take information and leak it everywhere to the Russians, to Japan, the people you don't want to know what the fuck you got going on. So, yeah. And then just leaves. So, and then Waller's complaining about that there's a problem with Task Force, Amazing Robots. And then you got Failsafe with this cool ass shot right here. Eli, can he be my Batman? That's because he just flying past this shit. And he basically saying that because they absorb their powers, but they also like absorb their morality and it's like that. So they're kind of freaking out shit like that. So what Failsafe does, and even though another Flash, I think that's Wally, not Barry. He's being chased down one of the super speedster Amazos, and that's when Failsafe like does the reboot thing, and it does just enough where it slows down the super speed fast where Wally can get away from him. You're like, damn, I don't know what happened, but I lost his ass. So, and that's when he gets this word from this guy saying you need to go to Waller's prison. I'm gonna tell you exactly where it's at. She's got something hidden under there. You need to find out where it's at. We don't know who he's talking to. We will find out, I guess, next issue. And Waller just takes off. So they get there and they find Bizarro is protecting that John Star dude. And like, how do you fight a crazy ass Superman? And Aquaman's like, don't worry, I got something to take out Bizarro. And next thing you see, Bizarro breaks Wonder Girl's neck, puts his hand through Aquaman. You're like, what the fuck going on? He just killed everybody. And that's when we find out, bam, he got hit with a Black Mercy. Now that is a deep fucking cut right there. That is some old school pre-crisis Alan Moore shit right there he hit him with. People that haven't read that story is from The Man Who Knows Everything. No, the man who has everything. Okay. That thing, the Black Mercy. Yeah, when Mongo did this shit to Superman, that story. So that's what he hit him with. So yeah. It basically your heart's desire, but you can't get the shit out there. You're stuck in this perpetual dream. So they go in there, and then Red Tornado is wearing Aztec's helmet. I always wonder what the fuck happened to Aztec. He was like this 90s dude like that. Apparently they killed him. I don't remember when they did that, but okay, whatever. And that's the guy John started looking for. I guess the Time Commander or some bullshit, whatever the fuck they're going on. That's the guy they're looking for. So yeah. So Black Alice, who's like one of the only magic users left because she's working for Amanda Waller, comes in and does shit. That's when Aztec helmet like goes immediately invisible. She can't find him. And then who smacks in the head? Yeah, Wonder Girl smacks in the head. So yeah, she's out. And that's when Bloodshot or Death Moon or whoever the fuck is this elbow played in the good Suicide Squad movie. Him. I can't remember his name. That's him. Shoots at no, not Aztec. Red Tornado in the helmet, in the head. So does two things: take out the helmet and takes out Red Tornado. So yeah. So they're down. They know and Red Tornado's a robot, so he'll be fine. They get the fuck up out of there. And while they're doing all that shit, Amanda Waller wasn't expecting new metahumans to like pop up out of nowhere. So that's what's going on right now. She wasn't planning on that. So that's when they take Red Tornado back. They work on stuff like that. But the thing is, that's when Brainiac Queen sneaks through their technology. How she sneaks through there? Because when they put Red Tornado on that ship, she hacked into Red Tornado. So when they took her back to Themyscira, that was her way in. She's like, we found a way in, mother. It's like, we? Who is we? And that's when, boom, John is there. Like Cyborg Superman's son, John, he's there. So you got Brainiac Queen and John just fucking everybody up. They just going to work on their ass shit. And that's when Big Bart like, fuck this shit. I'm gonna take out Superboy. And Raven's just like, no, you can't do that. Nightwing told us not to do that. Fuck Nightwing. And fuck Batman's brat. I'm about to shoot this motherfucker right now because Darkseid is. So she got the beam on him right now, about to take his ass out. And before she can do the shit, bam, Nightwing hits him with the baton or scrim or whatever you call it. He'll like, first, I told you not to do this shit because I'm in charge. Two, I have a plan. Me and Mr. Rick fix some shit out. So he goes to John and tell him, John, fight me one-on-one. Come down, meet me on my level. And instead of John just heat vision him right off the bat, he decides to touch the ground. As soon as he touches the ground, boom, he gets hit by Themyscira's magic because no man can touch the ground without without the queen's permission. So since he don't have her permission, all that magic hits him at one time and expunges all that shit that Brainiac Queen did to him. So yeah, so he's fighting back to normal, and that's when Brainiac Queen like, it doesn't matter, you still got me. So while you're still dealing with Brainiac Queen, John grabs her, tells her no, everything Waller told you was a lie, and somehow he floods her with the real memories, and it like fucks her mind up. So she don't know what the hell going on because Waller told her one thing, meanwhile her data is conflicted with everything else, so she's freaking out. And Batman shows like, hey y'all, I'm back, because he got a mother body. He like, oh damn, y'all getting fucked up down there. So and Waller's just like, what the fuck did you do? And so Waller overrides controls and she takes over the Brainiac Queen. She's just gonna kill John right here for doing with that. And then before you do that, Batman takes the mother box and teleports Brainiac Queen to Pluto. So she's out of there. Done. That's it. So yeah. And that's when Superman shows up, sees John, and hug each other, warm thing, embrace, stuff like that. Yeah, all that stuff like that. All right. So everybody like, damn, this place got fucked up. That was cool for Batman. Wait a minute, where's Batman? Because Batman found that dude, John Starr. He like, I know what you can do, John Starr. You can get their powers back. So Batman's gonna fuck this dude up till they get the powers back. I guess it'll be the next issue. Meanwhile, Flash goes to that place where that dude told him to go to. He finds that, I guess, that multiverse machine where you can go to and play, and then he finds that weird ass map Grant Morrison made for the new 52 or the 52, whatever the fuck that was. Like, he finds that shit. He was like, what is she doing? Oh no, Amanda Waller's building a multiverse army, and then you see like a bunch of Godspeeds behind him. I guess I don't know, fucking speedsters or shit. I don't know, just some shit. Yeah. Next issue, the final battle. So yeah, so this was just ramping up, putting all the pieces together to where they need to be next issue. That's basically what this is. So,
pretty much.
Yeah. Wrapping up. It felt like they flying through this shit. I thought it was like this.
This feels like they're just like cramming everything.
Yeah, they just flying through.
Like this is issue 3.
Yeah, issue 3 already. So yeah, let's get this shit over with. So yeah. Yeah, but overall, 3.5 out of 5. It's cool because they just flying through it. But yeah,
there's a lot happening. Yeah, like you said, just putting everybody putting all the pieces into place for the final battle, and
Yeah, get the shit over with, move on to the next thing. So like, damn, DC. Okay.
Lot going on, yeah.
Yes. All right. So what you got next?
What do I get next? Oh, Scarlett. Scarlett number 5. What's this guy saying?
Okay.
What's this guy saying? Lucifer versus One Above All.
One above
Is
all.
is he talking about DC Lucifer? Like Constantine Lucifer?
I don't think there's it's got to be, because I don't think Marvel has a Lucifer. They have a Mephisto, but that's like close to any guy. But as far as a Lucifer, they have the DC got Lucifer. At least talking about
well, the one below all was mentioned in the new Hulk this week. I read that new Hulk.
Okay,
which was just
Let's explain the one above all. Big Cuck, the one above all is the writer. You can't beat the writer. That's the writer of the story. So you can't really put the one above all in battles, because
Jack
you can
Kirby.
The one above all is Jack Kirby. So yeah.
Or Grant Morrison.
Or Grant Morrison, or whoever the fuck you want to. Mark Waid, whatever. Yeah. So
Animal Man, I think in
Grant
Morrison's Animal Man run, Animal Man meets Grant Morrison.
Yeah, and the Fantastic Four met Jack Kirby. So yeah, they died, went to heaven, and saw Jack Kirby. So the one above all, it doesn't work for death battles. It doesn't make any sense. That's the writer. Yeah, actually, you know what, Eli? I take that back. The one above all is not the writer. The one above all is the reader.
Oh, deep.
Yeah. Let that make y'all noodle for a second. All right. So Scarlett. We got Scarlett. Okay.
Yeah, Scarlett number 4. So this is the Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover, the Energon universe on Image. Transformers and G.I. Joe are crossing over. We got a bunch of titles. The Transformers book has been awesome. We've had the Cobra Commander book. We've had the Duke book. We've had Destro, and we have Scarlet. Also, Void Rivals, which that's the only book I'm not reading. I have no idea what's going on in that book.
Because that's like a combination crossover book.
Yeah, that's in space and shit. But this is a Scarlet book. She's been recruited by Duke. This is basically like G.I. Joe Year 1. It's like a reboot of the G.I. Joe universe. They're Duke or Hawk is getting together a bunch of specialized soldiers, black ops soldiers to form this new squad called G.I. Joe. He recruits Scarlett, to go on this mission to basically to infiltrate the Arashikage clan, the ninja clan that Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes were a part of. And the reason why she agrees to is because she's good friends with Jinx, who's that other ninja chick from G.I. Joe. She's disappeared. And she's rumored to have joined the Ninja Clan. So that's the only reason why Scarlett kind of agrees to do this. So she infiltrates the Ninja Clan. They have her go on this like impossible mission where she's got to infiltrate this this mobster building and shut down the defense system so they can break in. She does succeed. The ninjas break in. Storm Shadow, Jinx breaks in. And that's where we pick up here. Scarlett and Jinx finally reunite. And, hey, how you been doing? Blah, 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 blah. And Storm Shadow gets in and is like, okay, now that we're in, now we can go find that weapon that they have. So this book is basically Scarlett and Jinx catching up and Storm Shadow kicking ass. So everybody kicks ass. So Scarlett and Jinx are kicking ass while catching up. They're taking out all the gangsters and the guards. Storm Shadow goes and he kicks his ass way through the place, finds the box, and then it turns out to be some power sword, some very powerful sword. And that's kind of where it ends. So this was an action-packed issue. We finally get to see Storm Shadow kick ass, so that was pretty cool. Still no Snake Eyes though. We have not seen Snake Eyes yet.
Like at all? Like in none of these books?
None of these books. Snake Eyes has not shown up.
Have they announced the Snake Eyes book yet?
No, I haven't heard anything.
You know what's funny about it? Okay, let's talk about Deadpool for a second. We always talk about how people think he ripped off Deathstroke and shit like that.
No.
What if he ripped off Snake Eyes?
He was because Rob Liefeld wrote that Snake Eyes book like a couple years ago. where he said that Snake Eyes was a huge influence on Deadpool.
Because you can see it. You can see
Yeah.
it
Yeah, that he was a big G.I. Joe fan. He loved Snake Eyes, was his favorite G.I. Joe figure.
Yeah.
And so when he made Deadpool, he basically modeled his look anyways after.
Yeah, just Snake Eyes. Like a little bit of Spider-Man, but just like Snake Eyes. But yeah.
Yeah.
So not Deathstroke like everybody think it was. Nah, I think it was definitely Snake Eyes. I think that was on his mind.
So yeah, Snake Eye or Storm Shadow finds this weapon. It's some powerful sword, and basically it's like get hold of Cobra Commander. So Cobra Commander is going to show up somehow. So yeah, this was fun. Like I said, this was an action-packed issue. We finally get to see Snake Eyes or Storm Shadow in action. And yeah, this is, like I said, this whole series is this whole crossover event has been fun. I look forward to these books every month. Yeah, so I'll get a 4 out of 5. And yeah.
Okay. Last book I'm gonna do. I thought about, do I want to do this book? I guess I'll knock it. I'm gonna just knock it out as quick as possible. Plastic Man #1. Plastic Man No More.
You seem so excited for this.
I was. I mean, you know why? It's a Black Label book.
Okay.
A Black Label Plastic Man book.
Yeah.
This I was like, huh? Okay. What the fuck's going on with that? And there's another reason I was telling you to read it, Eli, or just get interested, because it was on DC Universe. So it was like, basically a free book if you want to check it out.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, that's why you have to pay any extra for it. But yeah, let me. Oh, hold on. Let me do this. I'm fucking up already. That's why this didn't act right. Hold on. But yeah, okay. So let me just, while I'm fixing this up, I'm gonna just tell you about Plastic Man. For those who don't know, Plastic Man has actually been around since like 1941. He wasn't originally a DC character. He was like for some other company, and DC bought him.
There?
Yeah, I hear you. So he was yeah.
I must have cut out.
It might have been me. We'll find later on. So DC basically paid for him. Let me get this out of here. No, yeah, DC bought the company that Plastic Man was with. So he wasn't originally with them. They went in. That's when they got him with the Justice League and other nonsense like this, like that. But for the most part, Plastic Man has been a joke. But this is supposed to be a serious noir, mature take on Plastic Man. Doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
I'm still fucking up. Hold up, man. Let me get to this book. Oh, I forgot because it's on a different platform. Give me just a second. I'm gonna figure this out. Where are you?
Oh, you're not on Comixology?
No, not a Comics. I'm trying to go to DC Universe. There we go. It was right next to it. Okay, DC Universe. That's what I was trying to do. Go to DC Universe. Okay. So Plastic Man #1. Bloop. Let's go to it. And I'm gonna give you a little background on Plastic Man also. So for those who don't know that aren't up in their Plastic Man lore, All right, so the book starts off with Patrick Eel O'Brien. Now, his name is Patrick O'Brien, but they call him Eel because he's slippery. But we'll find out in a second that that's actually just a joke on his name. So, yes, this is Eel O'Brien is Plastic Man's real name. And what is he doing with his buddy? They're robbing the place. So, for those who don't know about Eel O'Brien, before he became Plastic Man, he was actually a crook. He was just a regular common thug, gangster. He wasn't even like a gangster. He was just, a criminal, basically. He was robbing the base like that. But the thing is, he sucked at it. He sucked at being a criminal because every time he got caught by the police, which is why the police call him Eel, because he ain't as slippery as he think he is. Like, you got away. You almost got away from us again, Eel, And then they give us a little background stuff like that, how he was robbing some factory and he fell in the factory and got his plastic powers, blah, blah, blah. You know the shit. We all know the thing. All right. So anyway, 20 years later, he becomes Plastic Man and he becomes a member of the Justice League, and Justice League had taken down some guy, Solaris. By the order of the Justice League. So yeah, he like, oh yeah, tell it to my different asshole. I'm like, they said that shit. Okay. I forgot his Black Label. So yeah, so they shoot him. He about to shoot a bunch of kids and shit like that. And Plastic Man does his Plastic Man shit, and he gets shot by some kind of ray gun and shit like that. It actually like legit burns the shit out of him. And he was like, damn, that shit hurt. And they just laughing at him. Anything Plastic Man says, whether he's hurt or not, or like that, they laugh. They don't take him serious, and then just ignore him after that shit anyway. So he's like, damn, man, yeah. So he walks off trying to heal from his wounds and shit like that. And he goes to his house, goes to sleep, and wakes up, and it's like pieces of his body was dripping off him and goes down the drain. And he wakes up and he's missing his arm. He's like, okay, is my arm gonna grow back anytime soon? and his arm doesn't grow back. You're like, what the fuck? So he talks to the Justice League, and he's trying to tell the Justice League, y'all, I'm missing an arm, man, and my arm is like dripping and shit like that. Can y'all do anything about him? And they laugh at him again, thinking he's just joking and shit like that. And they just start having another conversation, pretend like he's not even in the room. So he just talking like, well, fuck, if y'all ain't gonna help me, fine. So he was in the room. He's like, damn, everybody thinks I'm a joke. He was like, and they thought I was a joke too. And turns around and it's Detective Chimp. Now, for those who know about Detective Chimp, he is the world's greatest detective. He is a better detective than Batman. So he's telling him, like, before you left, I did get Batman's ear. And Batman told you go talk to this guy, like some kind of petroleum chemist or something like that, like not a regular doctor, like a chemist, to find out what's going on with your body. So they talk to this doctor, and the doctor is saying, I'm gonna just skip to this part right here. The doctor is telling him that your body is decomposing, basically. That laboratory when you went to and got your powers to begin with, that was the start of it. 20 years later, your body is now starting to decompose and fall apart now. Like, is a way to reverse it? No. That's it. You're going to die eventually. I don't know when, I don't know how, but it's coming up soon. She's like, oh, shit. And then he thinks about it because Plastic Man has a son. But the thing is, he was a really shitty father. So his son wants nothing to do with him. So he's trying to tell his son, and his son got the same powers as he does. I think his son run with like Teen Titans and shit like that, or whatever the fuck. And the body part that got away from him is like forming its own self or some shit, like some body horror shit. So yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was saying it's got some Plastic Man body horror shit. I'm gonna just zoom into this shit right there. So yeah, yeah. So he goes to his son. I get his son got some kind of crazy ass superhero. I don't know what the fuck it is. Anyway, he sits down with his son. He's like, "What the fuck you want, Dad?" You know, he's like, "Look, I'm dying." He's like, "And?" He's like, "Look, I'm dying." Yeah, he's saying he's dying because his powers are breaking down. You got the same powers I got. I need you to talk to the same doctor I talk to just to make sure, you know, if something goes wrong. He's like, nah, I don't want anything to do with you. I don't care. And the son leaves. He's like, oh, shit. So basically, his son might be having the same issue he's having, but he don't want to get checked out like that. So he talks to the doctor again. He was like, look, there is one way to reverse this. We got to make this nuclear thing to kind of like recreate your powers, and it may not save you, but it may save somebody before, you know, before the decomposition kicks in. He's like, got it. So you can save my son. Yeah, but I need to get this thing, and this thing. You're like, cool, let's do it. So that's the book. Yeah. So not like your typical Plastic Man book where he's just like goofy and funny and shit like that. No, it's a serious Plastic Man book.
Family drama.
Yeah, family drama. Like it throw you a curveball with Plastic Man. So like, it's the same guy that wrote that Dr. Doom run where Kane kept popping up all over it, shit like that.
Okay.
So they actually got a good writer on this one. So I'm like, okay, this ain't too bad. Okay. The best Plastic Man book I've read so far. So
slap a score.
I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. Yeah, I was like, it shocked me. Like, you expect one thing and they give you something else. Like, okay, I'm gonna go with that. Let's take Plastic Man seriously, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go.
Yeah. So anything else you got, or
no, well, I did read like a couple other books. Like I did read Absolute Power, 3 out of 5 for me. But I did read The Incredible Hulk. I don't know, man. I think it's starting to like lose its steam for me. They're doing this thing where it's like they're trying to redo the origin of the Hulk, where he's like this ancient supernatural beast.
I've seen that shit pop up. You know those TikTok videos, like, did you know the Hulk been around for 1,000 years? Like, no.
Yeah,
that's just in this book.
Yeah, he can't just be a gamma radiation mutant guy.
It's so simple, man. No, let's complicate shit. Yeah.
Like
Rage
I said,
monster, break shit. That's it.
Yeah, they're turning him into Hellboy, basically.
Right.
But they mentioned the one below all in that issue because that mother of all horrors is after the Hulk's power.
Yeah.
And she came up against the one above all back in like thousands of years ago, blah, 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 blah. I didn't care. Like, can we just get on with the shit? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right.
It was another flashback. So I was like, let's just get on to it. I'm kind of like, either I'm going to drop it, which I don't want to, cause it's the Hulk, but, but yeah, it's starting to lose steam for me. And then I read Daredevil, which was just another filler issue. You know, not much happened. You know, he's looking for that missing kid. I think that's starting to lose a little steam for me as well, because it's doing this 7 deadly sins thing where every sin of Matt Murdock is possessing one of his enemies, and
that sounds kind of cool. Okay.
It sounds, it started out cool, but now we're like, how many sins now? It's like it's issue 13 or 14. It's over a year now, man.
Inventing sins.
You know what I mean? Like, it's been 14 issues, so it's like, you know, a year's a long story.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. Those are the only books I read. You know, I'm booked out.
Yeah. Like I said, if you listen to this long, definitely like, share, subscribe. Eli, guess what?
What?
This is already our highest view video ever.
Sweet. Well, we had all those, you know, some people were cool, some people were obviously assholes, but yeah, we welcome all of them.
We welcome everybody. But yeah,
asshole or not, you're welcome here.
You're welcome. Yeah, we know how to deal with assholes, so yeah. Yeah, but like I said, listen to this on, like, share, subscribe. You listen longer than 30 seconds, you have helped the algorithm. That's all it takes. We have figured this thing out. So yeah. Next week, I don't know what we're gonna do. Eli, Penguin's not next week. I don't know what's gonna happen next week.
Yeah, so. Penguin is coming up soon. Yeah.
But I know you had big plans because Friday the 13th is this month.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So I know you got something big. I don't know what you got planned. I'm gonna just sit back and just let you do what you do. So,
I should. Yeah. What should I do? Favorite final girl.
You gotta plan.
What should I do, man?
I don't know, man. You gotta start planning now, ahead of time, before it happens. I don't want to catch you off guard, you know.
Yeah, what should I do how should I celebrate this holiday?
Yeah, you got to switch it up. You got to do something different. I don't know. But yeah, we're going to come up with something new next week. I don't know what we're going to do. We're going to figure this thing out. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel. Until then, die 1,000 deaths.